Alright my friends, so in the last video we have finished the filtering functionality. Now the whole lesson or the whole previous videos was really not about getting the filtering works. Alright, it is not my point here. My point is that you get familiar with Redux. Alright, this is the whole idea. So if you get the searching works but you didn't understand how it works, then this is not really beneficial for me and for you. Alright, because my whole idea here is to go ahead and teach you how to deal with Redux. However, in this video and on, we are gonna take another functionality, because really in this whole application we have only two new features. The first one is filtering with Redux. Second of all, we have this add to save functionality. Alright, so we have finished the first one, which is to search in our array. Now the only one is missing, it is to go ahead and add this saved functionality. So before doing so, I need to add the navigation on the top, as well as we can see the details. Alright, so what we are going to do, we are gonna start by taking a look on adding the navigation. Alright, then we are gonna focus on show the details for this component. Make sense? Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna switch back here on the terminal. We need to install React Router DOM. So open it up like this, split your terminal. You can stop the server and rerun it again, but that will just waste your time. Here just type npm install React Router like this DOM. Alright, React Router DOM. Give an enter. That will take a while, that will take a second, depend on your internet connection wherever. Here, while this installing, we need to go ahead and create our navigation component. So here inside my components folder, I'm gonna right click, choose a new folder. I'm just gonna call it Navbar. Alright, and in this Navbar I'm gonna add one file, navbar.js, like that. And here I'm just gonna place a functional component, very simple one, Navbar. Alright, here first of all I'm gonna kill my terminal right here on the, we do not need it. And here what I will do, let's see what we can do. We have only a logo as well as this few LIs. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. And here I'm gonna create a div. We can use a div, we can use a navigation tag immediately, I think, because this is really not needed. Alright, so you can place the markup as you wish. Alright, I don't really care about how you are gonna place your markup. Alright, so let's go ahead and add a few tags right here. So I'm gonna add my nav. Alright, and I'm gonna give it a class while I am here. I'm just gonna call it header _ nav. Alright, very simple one. And inside this nav, what we are going to have, we can place our UL with all these LIs. Alright, so here inside my navigation, what I'm gonna place a UL. Alright, and I'm just gonna give it a class with header, or we can call it header list, like this list. And in this LI, in this UL, I'm gonna place few LIs. Alright, so the first one, I'm gonna give it a class of header item or nav item. Let's call it header item. Once again, I don't care really about the markup as well as the CSS. Alright, and here we can place home and we can duplicate it. Alright, but we are not gonna duplicate it like this, because this is not an LI, this is a nav link, or a link that come from React Router DOM. We already talked about React Router, so you should be familiar with that. I'm gonna here on the top import the link component, or you can import the nav link, it doesn't really matter. and here I'm just going to use React Router DOM. So inside our li, I'm just going to place a link tag, and the path here should say equal to /home. Alright, like that. And inside this, I'm just going to place my home like this. And I'm just going to duplicate it. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Well, here I'm just going to say about. And here we can say blog. And the last one will be saved like that. Alright, so we have home, about, and here I have to change the path for each one. Alright, so blog, and the last one should be saved like this. So we have created these links, and now what I'm going to do, we need to render it inside our app component. Alright, so here what I'm going to do, we need to do some refactoring right here. So first of all, I'm gonna import my route from React Router DOM. Alright, so I'm just gonna say import from React Router DOM like this, and here we have to define few routes. So I'm gonna get rid of my course list, and I'm gonna place my nav. Alright, so the Navbar component like that, and below it what we want to do, we want to define our usual React Router markup. So we need the switch tag as well as the redirect if the user went to unexpected route. So here I'm just going to define my switch, and inside it we will have a few routes. Alright, so the route number 1 will be about if the path is equal to /home, then I'm gonna load the component which will be our course list. This is the first route, and we can go ahead and add another route if the path is equal /saved, then the component should be loaded. We do not have a component right now, but we will later on. And also I'm gonna add my redirect. So I'm gonna redirect the user from the slash all the way to home. Alright, so because this is my entry point for the application, which will be the home, and the last one which will be the redirect to /home. Alright, if the user went to unexpected route, alright, then we are gonna redirect him immediately to the home like that. Alright, but if the user went to /, which is the root, then we are gonna redirect him directly to the home component. Alright, so this make a lot of sense. Now I think that's it, but we have only to add our browser router around our app component. So here as well we have to say import and the browser router. So browser router is from our React Router DOM. And here I'm gonna wrap my app component, but not the provider. The provider will always be on the top of everything because it's gonna provide our React components with the store. Alright, so here I'm just gonna say browser router, and inside it I'm gonna place these 3 lines. Alright, once again the provider need to wrap everything. Alright, and the only error that we have is that we don't have a saved component that we have to load it. I'm gonna create that as well. So right click and choose, I'm just gonna say saved list. Alright, and inside it I'm gonna place one JavaScript file which will be called saved list.js. Alright, it will be a very simple functional component, so just we can place it in our app for the route. So saved list, and here we can return at least one div so we can see some content. I'm just gonna call it saved like that. If we go back into our app.js file, here I'm just gonna load it. So saved list, and that should be it. We have finished up. Now if you are wondering why I am typing and speaking so fast, well, because I am expecting of you that you have watched the React Router class or section, and you should be familiar with React Router, and that's it. That it is really simple. If we switch back to our application, we can see these links, as well as if I click on the saved, I am in the saved component. If I click on the home, I am back to this. And if I click on the about and blog, nothing will happen because we don't have a component for them and we are not interested in add any of these. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, in this video we have added a very basic navigation with React Router. In the next video we can maybe style it, or I'm gonna give you the style as a file that you can go ahead and copy and paste, and we cannot waste our time on the saved or on the style. So hopefully that makes sense. Thank you, my friends, so much for watching. See you in the next one.